So now we're at the part of the podcast where we talk a little USL, a little CFL, and who else to come on and talk about it than the man, the myth, the legend, XFL, USFL, X League, CFL, Jim.
Jim.
How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. We got CFL on. We got USFL on. Ah, spring football is alive and well.
Oh my
Go
god,
rolling into summer football.
dude, which is great. Which is great. I heard Carson Wentz's OTA was a train wreck today, which is always a plus.
That's hilarious. Always a
So,
fun time.
but we're not here to talk about Wentz. We're here to talk about USFL betting and some CFL betting too. I'm gonna call it a fantastic four parlay I want to share with you. But
Ooh, I'm intrigued. I'm excited.
let's jump right in to the old lines. We're gonna go to the line. We're gonna use our friends Bet Online. We're gonna start off with the New Jersey Generals against the Michigan Panthers. This line's sitting at 47. I'm sorry, the over-under is 47. The line's sitting at 7.5. I'm really tempted to take the Panthers here. Interested to hear what you think.
Gosh, dang it. This is a tough one. Does Paxton Lynch improve in his now third start of his USFL career? Possibly. I'm gonna just completely back these Generals though. They're heating up. They're wanting to go into the playoffs strong too. And even with Luis Perez being like their full-time starter at the moment, I think they're good enough to just roll over the Panthers, who I could very easily see being depleted and deflated after losing their playoff spot, and like just being fully booted out. Give me the Generals minus 7.5 here.
What about the over-under? Don't you feel that's a little high?
It does feel really high. It's so tempting though, because the Generals can score. We just saw the Panthers give up a buttload of points, but that was to the Stars in like their best game of the whole season. I would lean under here. Actually, I'm back. I'm off the full over train because I went 2-2 with them last week. I'm on the under here in this one.
You gotta. I
It's
love.
close though. It's close.
I love the under. I feel it's a little inflated just because you're right. They did play the Stars, and the Stars' offense is just like you said. It's just clicking on all ends.
These teams both have really good defenses.
Yeah. Generals D line is insanely good. But you know what? It's hard for me as a gambler not to take the 7.5 here.
It's
really
easy for me to fade the Panthers. Generals all day, baby.
You know what? I like burning money, so I'll take the Panthers.
Marching on.
You know what? You know how I feel here.
Oh boy, I feel like that's gotten up since we looked at it last time.
Bovada, I believe, has it at 13.
That's still, oh god. So you're talking about the Houston Gamblers versus the Stallions.
With
one
the
of the worst teams versus the number one team.
Yeah, with the Gamblers getting 12.5, over under of 43.5. The Stallions have cemented where they're going to be, coming off a comeback from behind victory over the New Orleans Breakers.
Oh boy, oh buddy, oh buddy, oh boy. I've talked about this game for weeks now, and I said if the Stallions are losing one game, it's this one. And I'm going to take the 12.5. I'm going to take the Gamblers on the money line. I'm going to take under. I'm going to take the under 43.5.
I agree with you on all three. And you know what? On Bovada, they have first half. I believe it is at 7. So I say we take the Gamblers plus the 7 too for the first half.
I like that. I like that play way better. But I think this is the one inexplicably where the Stallions trip up.
This is the one where it gets a little dirty.
And everyone's left scratching their heads being like, what the hell just happened?
And then you can just say, welcome to the USFL, baby.
That's right. The Gamblers already out of playoffs. They have nothing to play for. The Stallions, they're already locked in. They're looking ahead. It's perfect.
Next game. We're just Sunday now. Excuse me. We got the Bandits getting 3, over under 43.5. Are the Bandits technically still in the game?
They are. So the Bandits have to win out in order to make the playoffs. They would have to win this one and next week against the Stallions. But they have to win this one in order to do it. This is for a playoff spot for both these teams.
So what's
Breakers are winning, they're in.
What's more realistic? The Bandits winning out and getting in, or Jailer responding to one of my DMs?
Probably the second one there. Probably the latter.
Okay. All right.
The whole MO for Tampa has been they beat the bottom teams. They beat they've only beaten the Maulers, the Gamblers, and the Panthers. That's it.
Yeah, they're the bottom feeders. They beat on the bottom feeders. They're basically
they're the mid team. They're the like benchmark team for
they're
everybody.
The Indiana Hoosiers of the USFL.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
give me the Breakers -3 all day.
You know, I agree with you. I like the Breakers -3 here.
Give me my third under in a row, by the way.
Excuse me. You're going to take the under here at 43.5?
I'm taking the under.
Are you feeling okay?
I'm maybe I'm overcorrecting.
I like the Breakers here -3 too. I don't know. I'm really spooked about taking this over, so I think I'm going to pass. The next one, we got America's team, the Maulers, getting 8.5 against the hottest team in the USFL. You can find them, as Jim has been saying, at plus 500 or greater in the future market. Lock it in. 8.5, laying 8.5 against the Maulers, over under 48. What do you think here, my friend?
Well, first off, over. It's a Stars game. Give me the over. I don't care if it's the highest over. Give me the over. I mean, the Stars are just on fire. The Maulers are the worst team I've ever seen in a spring league.
Worst team ever. That's why I love them so much.
I don't understand it. Give me the Stars. Give me the Stars -8.5.
You kind of have to. You know what I mean? Like, because I love this team, I'll probably bet them. I know that sounds awful, but
it makes me feel bad for you.
But you know, I have this great Pittsburgh Maulers T-shirt that I want to wear after they win.
They got the one. That's all I needed. I just needed that one. I'm so happy they did it. That was their only chance against the Gamblers. There was never going to get another one.
If
they hadn't won that game, I would be sweating so hard having to eat a can of cat food at the end of this season. Oh my God.
Dude, I am happy for you that you don't have to do that, because that would have been brutal. That would have been brutal.
That would have been the worst.
I would have felt for you just watching you do that.
Oh my God.
Now, something else. If Sumlin or Fisher were the coach of the Maulers, would they be better?
They'd probably have one or two more wins. They have a pretty talented roster, but both of those guys have shown like I would argue the Michigan Panthers had a fairly talented roster, and Jeff Fisher hasn't done much with that. I would probably say they maybe have one or two more wins, which isn't saying much. Like those guys aren't proving themselves to be doing a really good job either.
Now, one thing we're going to start doing is we're obviously, since the CFL is in full-fledged and Uncle Jim does know a CFL, we're going to talk a little CFL. Give out a couple of little CFL plays.
I like it. I'm here for it. Give me the CFL plays, baby.
Now, here we have the Ottawa Redbacks, who you've been touting as a good team to get behind for futures, getting 9.5 with the over-under of 48 against the defending champions.
Opening week of CFL, I'm taking every single over. This league just exudes points. I'm also taking Ottawa plus the 9.5. They're a very scrappy team. I feel like they're going to be a very improved team this year, coming into this year. And the Blue Bombers, they might get like a Grey Cup hangover. I still think the Bombers are the best team in the CFL. I still think they're going to make the Grey Cup this year. I think the Red Blacks are going to be scrappy and give them a fight. I love the 9.5. The money line's a little. I really think Winnipeg's going to win this game, but I think it's going to be by a touchdown or less.
Okay. I love Ottawa here. I'm going to be on Ottawa all day. My one thing is, and I said this on the show that we do earlier in the week, 12 of the last 18 have gone under for the Blue Bombers. Does that worry you at all?
It does. It honestly does. That defense is really, really good. But it's opening week of the CFL, baby. Let it happen. I will advise people to probably take the under or just don't bet it at all, because opening week is kind of crazy. But I'm betting the over.
Now we kind of saw it in the game today that's going on now between Montreal and Calgary. Stuff can flip on a dime. I mean, it was tied at 14. Montreal had that big run by the backup running back because their starting running back got hurt, and then a pick, and boom, next thing you know, now Montreal, who is
This league
sitting
moves fast. The
is up.
CFL moves fast.
Yeah, I mean, stuff can flip on a dime.
I am advising my people, if you're watching this live, I will be live betting Calgary at this moment. So if you're watching this in the future, this either looks really stupid or really smart. But I am live betting Calgary right now, money line.
You know what? I'll probably say really smart. Because I have Calgary too. Next one, the Tiger Cats against the Rough Riders. We've seen this line move. This was 1.5. Now it's to 2.5. What say you, my friend?
I like this even more. It really does deserve to just be a pick 'em. These teams are more evenly matched than almost any team in the CFL. If that's the case, I'm taking Hamilton. I like the defense. I like what they have in Dane Evans at quarterback. He is a rock. He's very consistent. Meanwhile, for the Rough Riders, you have Cody Fajardo, who's a goddamn coin flip for whether or not he's going to be Wild Bill or just turning the ball over left and right. I want some consistency. I flipped my coin. It came up bad. So give me Hamilton. Give me the Ticats, baby.
You know what? I'll probably stay away. I was going to take the Rough Riders last.
It's a tough game.
Last night you talked me off of it, so I'll use my weekly pass on this one.
I also don't hate the under in this game either, but I am taking the over.
The last game, it obviously is the game of the week. The Edmonton Elks.
Oh, buddy.
BC Lions. You know what? This game was at 3. Now it's drifted all the way up to the Elks, getting 4.5. Money line plus 160. Over under 48. Juice to the over. What say you, my friend?
I mean, we've been talking about this. I feel like I've talked about this multiple times this week with many different people. These teams are the bottom two teams. They're not that much different, but I am way higher on Edmonton than I am BC. Give me the plus 4.5. Give me the money line of Edmonton.
I agree.
All day.
My football rule is when two shitty teams play against each other, always take the points. Always take the points when two shitty teams play against each other. That's just one of my rules. Now, the new little segment we'll do here is the Fantastic Four.
Okay. I like this. I like where this is going.
Look at that sexy bitch.
That's an insane parlay I'm seeing.
Gamblers plus 475. Michigan Panthers plus 275. The Edmonton Elks plus 150. The Ottawa Redbacks plus 375.
That is disgusting.
I mean, if that hits,
there's no way it hits. That's disgusting. I love it.
If that hits, I'm going to go down to Canton on the 4th of July weekend and just get completely hammered with you and our new BFF of Spring Fever, Mr. JW Jabroni Williams.
Oh, dude, it's going to be...
If that hits, I will be there, dude.
That's insane. I will... Oh, God. Okay, I'll do my own. I'm going to do Hamilton, Edmonton, the Gamblers, and that's it. I'm just going to do a terrific threesome, a terrific triple.
I kind of like terrific threesome better.
Yeah, I like terrific threesome better. It's 29-1.
Okay. All right. So Jim's parlay is the Elks, the Gamblers, and the Tiger Cats.
Yeah.
My Fantastic Four is going to be the Gamblers, the Panthers, the Elks, and the Ottawa Redbacks.
That's bold. And if that hits...
Dude, I'm going to say this right now. If that hits...
You could tout the rest of the year.
Well, dude, I'm going to be picking up our bar tab in Canton, dude.
You are.
I'm coming to Canton if that bad boy hits.
Oh, God, now I hope it hits.
Dude, that would be an epic weekend, dude. Epic.
That'd be
epic.
Hitting a 250-1 odds parlay.
Dude, Uncle Rico's done some crazy stuff, dude.
I want it now.
I mean, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Bombs over Baghdad, as my boys in Outcast say. We're in the middle of this game here. For the first half, what are your two big takeaways from the game between Montreal and Calgary?
Quick start. As I suspected for this game, at least, the over is looking very much in sight. Bombs left and right. Bo Levi Mitchell's back. He's not injured whatsoever. In fact, he's overthrowing receivers like crazy. And like you said earlier, swings. The game can swing on a dime in the CFL. It goes so fast. All it takes is a couple 2 and outs. That's right, 2 and outs, people. And like you lose so much time because the other team just they'll march down the field.
Now, with Montreal's running back going down, how does that affect them long term?
I think they're all right. Their backup's really good. It does change the dynamics of their team a little bit, but yeah, it hurts. It definitely hurts. I feel like this guy they have at backup is good enough to kind of plug the holes and be a solid stand-in, but he's not going to be as dynamic, which does hurt the team because running backs in the CFL are, in my opinion, more important than in a league like the NFL where you only have 2 down. So when you choose to run, you have to get good yardage. You have to.
That one run he had was insane. I mean, that one long one he had was good.
No, he's good.
Yeah.
He is good.
Jim, thank you for coming on. Let's get back to this game. Hopefully the Calgary Stampeders can make a little bit of a comeback, win Uncle Jim, Uncle Rico some money. Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you on the good old social media?
You guys can find me on Twitter at XFL Jim. You can find me on YouTube, XFL Jim. Got my buddy Uncle Rico that comes in once a week. It's on YouTube. Spring Fever, baby. You can find me at BTV. And you can find me now. I actually do a podcast with Sports Gambling Podcasts called the CFL Gambling Podcast. So I got my CFL shit on lock, baby.
Game on point. Let's make some money. Make sure you give Jim a follow. You know what? Big news. Big news. Starting next week. The best college football conference in America. You and I are going to start our weekly previews. We're going to be previewing a little action. So every week, Jim and I are going to be previewing a college football conference. We're starting out with the Conference of Champions.
The MAC. The best, the most entertaining conference.
So we'll be starting out with that. Give out some futures, over-unders. Always some good stuff. I'm really looking forward to that. We will talk. I think that's going to come out Tuesday. We will talk then, my friend.
Hell yeah, we will.